everyone. I am Samantha Mowat. I'm a clairvoyant psychic and a contactee, and tonight I'd like to teach you another aspect of how you can develop your psychic abilities. One thing that a lot of people do not realize about their own psychic abilities is that it's easier for us to obtain information from our guides, from the universe, from God, from Source, from the angels, whatever you want to call it, when you're in a state of calmness. Now, although we are able to receive information in periods of high stress and high anxiety, I have always found that if I'm trying to get a lot of information, or very clear, concise information, it is easiest if I'm in a state of where I'm aware of what my thought pattern is doing, of what my energy is doing, and how the energies around me are. Because when you get an awareness of what your own vibrational field is doing, you can have an idea of how the vibrational fields that are coming into your space on more of a multidimensional level are impacting you, and it can help you to determine who it is that you're communicating with, whether they're a deceased loved one, an angelic being, a multidimensional, or an extraterrestrial. It really does help to narrow it down. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, how the heck do I do this? How do I move myself forward with this? And that's pretty easy. Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sit down for a moment, and I want for you to just take a nice deep breath and get comfortable. For me, whenever I do anything involving energy work, I take off all of my jewelry, and the reason being is jewelry holds vibration. It holds frequency. If you're going through emotional aspects in the day, you don't want to have your own jewelry on, or worse yet, someone else's jewelry on, because that will actually impact your auric field. When I'm doing readings for people, or healings, or any form of regression, anything that involves tapping into a different state of consciousness, I prefer to have all my jewelry removed. And that is because of the energetic field I tend to put into my objects. So once you've done that, I want for you to take a moment and close your eyes. And notice where your thought pattern goes. Just notice for 1 minute. I'm going to put on some nice music for a moment, and during that whole time, it's only going to be a short minute, but really notice where your attention goes. Hi. Now, while this was happening, did you notice if your energy was focusing on things inside your body, such as the feeling of your clothing against your body, the rhythm of your breathing? Did you notice if you felt energetic pressures and shifts going on around you? Or was your energy and attention focused on things external, like the hum of the refrigerator, the shutting of a door, someone putting away dishes, or perhaps a car driving by? It's important to take note of where your attention and focus goes, because when you do so, it allows you to kind of get an idea of how these different external energies or internal energies are impacting your thought pattern. So while we're doing this, it's really quite simple to start to gain this awareness of what's going on and then change its direction. So I want for you to take another minute, and this time, if you were focusing internally on the things inside your body, your emotions, the way your clothing felt, the muscles that are feeling achy or sore, or feeling sensations in your body, I would like for you to focus on things external to you. And if you are someone whose thoughts were focused more on the external, I want for you to focus on the internal. See how your awareness is inside your body for the next minute. Let's give that a try. So the purpose of this exercise is to help to shift your perception. What we're trying to train you to do is actually to take your mental state from where it is in one moment and allow for it to change over to a new pattern of being. This is something that you actually do when you're meditating, is you take yourself out of that busy, chaotic thought pattern and you move yourself into a calmer one. It's actually quite a wonderful thing to get in the habit of doing. Multiple times throughout the day I like to stop myself for a moment, like when I'm having a cup of tea or I'm checking my text messages or whatever, and I'll stop to notice what my energetic field is doing. I'll notice if my thoughts are focusing inside of me or outside of me. And by doing that, I actually allow myself to gain better awareness of where my energy is focusing at that time. And then I often have to, if I notice that I'm being highly focused on everything inside of me and I'm too focused on my body and I'm being too focused on not as much the physical aspect of the body, like the physical appearance aspect, but let's say you're going through something like, let's say, cramps or digestive issues, or you're going through a headache or stuff like that. It can be helpful to shift your energy and focus away from that energy towards things that are not contained within yourself. I found it to be very good for helping me to gain a different sense of perspective, but also to help me when I get in these obsessive thought loops, which we can often get into when we're going through our day-to-day life. So the next thing I want for you to do is you're going to take a moment and just for about 10, maybe 20 seconds, you're going to feel your aura. You're going to kind of feel your aura as your thoughts, just try to calm your thoughts down, but just as your thoughts are running through your head, pay attention to how your aura is feeling. Let's give that a try. Very good. It is important to try these things and just to check in once in a while. I found this to be very beneficial to me, and I know it can seem like an odd pattern to get in the habit of doing, but it's going to be beneficial for you in the long run. And the reason why it's beneficial for you is it helps you to really shift that energetic focus. One moment. My guides were speaking to me. Okay, thanks. One thing that your guides will have an easier time doing is when you're able to shift your mind frequency over from the continual holding pattern that a lot of us seem to be in our day-to-day life into a new energetic vibration. It's when you shift out of that one frequency into the new one that we can often receive messages from our guides on an easier level. It is very beneficial to start off each day doing a short 5 or 10 minute meditation. And I know a lot of you don't have a lot of time in your day-to-day life to do meditating, and the thought of doing a meditation can be a very frustrating and, oh, I don't know how to meditate, I don't enjoy meditating, please don't make me meditate, please don't say meditate, can often be the response that I get from people when their guides are bringing forward the fact that they would like for their person to do meditation. But meditation can occur in a number of different ways. This is going to sound really silly, but when I need to meditate, I will put on my headphones and I'll put on binaural beats or something, and I will go use the vacuum and I'll vacuum up all the dog hair in my house. And I know it seems kind of odd. It's like, well, how can you be moving while you do a meditation? It's called a moving meditation. Some people enjoy going for a run in the woods. Other people enjoy going to the gym. Some people enjoy sitting down when they do meditations or meditating while they're in the shower. It doesn't matter how you meditate. The important thing is that you teach yourself how to shift your thought frequency into a more relaxed state of being, one where you're not having the compulsive thought loops occurring. That is the most important component of what your guides are trying to bring across to you in order for you to increase your communication with them. It really does make a big difference. You'll have to excuse my throat. I've had gluten today, so I know I sound funny. It certainly feels like it in my throat, so I know I need to cut that out. But that's okay. Live and learn. And our guides are always the ones that are giving us the important information anyway. Well, I'm going to let you go. It was lovely talking to you, and I hope you have a great night. Peace, love, and light. Bye.